Hey guys, Reception here. I wanted to make a quick Ahri comboing guide. Ahri doesn't necessarily have very interesting combos, but she has a lot of interesting interactions. So the way Ahri is in the meta right now, people build her to be like a pokey trade champ. So start with W. W summons little foxfires around you. And when you walk into a target, you'll hit them with it. Now, W gives you a 40% movement speed buff, so it gives you a lot of power to reposition. So what a lot of people like to do is they like to walk up, auto, use their W, and back up. And auto attack, W, auto attack will proc electrocute, which does 242 damage, quite a bit of damage. And if they trade back, you'll heal a little bit because of Taste of Blood. That will heal you like 16, I think, level 1. And you'll heal a little bit because of Essence Theft, which heals you at level 1. I think it's about 30, something like 30 health per minion wave. Now, you can't just use your W and walk up to them because it will hit the minions. So what you want to do is get into attack range first and then hit your W to combo them. So you hit them and it will focus the champions. Now, there's a complicated thing going on here where you don't really want to do this with a bunch of minions between you. You want to do it like I'm doing it here, where the ranged minions aren't really hitting me back. It's a lot worse to do it now once the ranged minions are between us. And you'll take 2, 3, 4 auto attacks back. Let's clear that.
Like this forest, I am wild. Just for you.
Ahri likes to clear out the ranged minions with her Q, and then use that tempo advantage she gets from blowing them up to rotate or place wards. You know, you do something like this while it's under the tower, come down here, ward, come back into lane. And you really try to hide what you've been doing. You don't want them to know, oh, she warded outside jungle. Like, you want them to think, oh, she just backed up for a minute. And sometimes what you can do is you can just literally just back up for a minute. You don't necessarily have to go walk out of lane, because they might think that you're recalling, or they might think that that you're roaming to another lane. So let's put this target dummy back down, pushing out to me again, and just want to show that if I do a trade right now in these minions like this, it's just a worse trade. So I took about 100 HP in damage from these minions fighting me back, whereas if you do the same trade from right here, I took a lot less. I took almost none. So you definitely want to be taking these trades without the minions between you. That's very, very important on Ahri. It helps you not dump your foxfires into the minions, and it helps you to not take trade damage back. So let's go ahead and level up a few times and make a build. So I'm going to go to level 13, and I'm going to take Ahri's most commonly built items and level up the most commonly taken skills. What Ahri likes to do is she likes to do this to the minions. Now, the minions are a little bit, let's do a fast forward 10. Okay, and let's toggle minions instead. Okay, so when the minions come back, I'll show you how she likes to play against the minions, but her basic combo is she likes to use dash, auto attack, use a dash, maybe Q, auto attack, and she can pace her abilities. She wants to use all of her abilities once or maybe twice during her R. She wants to spend laning phase just trading out the minions like so. Let's see, shift M. So that's her game plan. She's just in lane pushing minions, and after she pushes minions, you're not really coming up to the tower and hitting the tower like this very often. You're doing stuff like staying out of the tower range here, coming up, throwing a Q, fighting a little bit, throwing a second Q, and then you roam. And as you can see, as I roam down, I can get all the way out
No more holding back.
to bottom lane
Go after what I deserve.
before these minions have even shown up. So if I know this is clear, I can be down here and I can be making plays. And I can make it back to lane before I've even lost any minions. So very, very important on Ahri to not telegraph where you're going. You don't really want them to know. And come back and just scoop your minions. Ahri is a champion that really excels when she's doing well in games. Like she can clear the minion waves faster, she can roam faster, she can fight, and you get to that point by farming minion waves and taking lots of little trades. You don't want to be taking high risk scenarios where you're like ulting people under their tower here and here. So let's disable the minions for a second. Couple minions. And let's sit down some dummies. So let's say you've got something like this. You're coming in. You might want to R, then E, QW, R, and then R again. And you can get about 3,000 damage. So it's a lot of damage single target that Ahri can do. But one of her strengths is that all of that combo can actually be split up between multiple champions really well. And you can do combos where you flash over a target to get a charm. And you might do the same combo where you Zhonya's after you do it. Because if you get a kill and within 3 seconds of damaging them, they die, you'll get another stack on your Q. So because of that, Zhonya's is really strong on her. So you go for a catch out. Now I want to show you something. Let's start with just one training dummy. So let's do one training dummy. Let's do it here. So you got one training dummy. And this is a max range E. So it comes out pretty slow. That is pretty easy to dodge. And if you're like pacing around and moving, it's a lot harder to hit that. Now, it becomes a lot easier for Ahri to hit it. She can use her E first and then flash as she uses it. And it gives it longer range. So you notice it's not in range here when I use this. But it comes out and comes out at the flash range at the same time versus that. So this is what E flash looks like. And this is what flash E looks like. It's a lot slower. It's probably, I don't know, a fifth of a second slower. And it's also true with her Q. So your Q comes out, you just barely tag them with it. And that just feels a lot faster than, say, flash Q. So you don't want to be doing flash E. You want to be doing E flash. And that's especially true if you're going to go for this combo here where you're going to do E flash from close. It's really strong. And another thing, let's say you're standing really close to them and you're planning on actually flashing over them. Well, where do you want to put your cursor? Well, if you put your cursor way out here and you do E flash, you miss them. But here's a really fun one. You put it right on top of them and then flash over them. It will go to where your cursor is. So you can do that here and it will shoot backwards. So why is that important? Well, that's important because if they have a support and the support is just tanking in front of them, maybe you want to do something like R, E flash on top of them. Boom. They'll hit them every time. If you're targeting right here it doesn't matter where you're standing, you're going to hit them. So you just put your cursor right on them, and it doesn't matter where you flash to, you're going to hit them. Now, that's not necessarily true if I have the cursor here and I flash in place, you're not going to hit them, right? But if you're standing here and you flash to the side, it hits them. Now, this is really important because when you're doing combos, this is very, very common, as you'll be doing like dash. You're trying to make a play, you're dashing, and then you want to do that one. And I actually screwed it up there. I did flash then E. You want to be doing E flash, and I messed it up there too. So E flash to get them. So you just have to hit the target with E. Hit the target with E and then flash, and it will just go where your cursor is. Very, very important. Should be practicing this in practice tool like I am, but just knowing that you can do this, oh, there I missed it, is very, very strong. So how do you want to be playing Ahri in general? Well, Ahri in general, she is going with ultimate spell haste, and she's trying to get her ult cooldown really, really low. So as you can see, you can get her ult cooldown down to like 40 seconds or something in a real game. You can get it pretty low. And at 40 seconds, anytime you see a carry standing out here, you want to be making plays. You know, you don't necessarily have to do anything crazy either, you know, that's dangerous for you. You just want to go in and do some poke damage. You know, like a basic combo with Ahri does a lot of damage, even if you're not like playing it perfect. You know, it does 2,000 plus damage, you know, and you can make mistakes and not act, you know, you can just roll your hand across the keyboard and get a lot of damage out from a combo like that. So really, you're going for a trade every 40 seconds in the late game. You want to be taking little fights. You want to fight a 2v2. You want to fight a 1v1. You want to even fight a 1v2 where they're advantaged. If you know, okay, all I have to do is charm either one, and that's my target. You get them low, and in 20 seconds, you're going to ult. You know, you get this guy, you do, you know, you do the same kind of combo. You know, you do 800 damage with auto attack W auto attack on a tank, and then when your ult comes back up in 6 seconds, you all in them. So you're looking to do that kind of thing, and you're just kind of jousting in and out, in and out, in and out. You really don't want to be doing plays where you see somebody and you just start ulting at them. Like that's not what you're doing. You're not ulting straight at them. You're doing stuff where you're trying to bait out their stuns, trying to bait out their cooldowns, and you're trying to do it in a way where, yeah, you're getting a little bit of room and getting a charm while you do it. And then when you get that charm, you know, Zonius. Let your team pick up the kill, and then you dash out with the last charge of your ult. So yeah, so how do you counter Ahri? Well, pretty basic stuff. The tankier you build, the better it is against Ahri. So you want to not die. If you die, she gets an extra charge on her R. This is common for a lot of champions. There's a lot of champions that get stronger the moment they kill a champion. So Katarina, the second she kills a champion, she's a lot stronger. Diego, the second he kills a champion, he's a lot stronger. Ahri, same thing. So by building just a little bit more tanky than average, you'll do a lot better into champions like Ahri. Ahri also, when you're fighting her, you just want to keep minions between her. So if she paces to this side of lane, you want to be on that side. You don't want to be matched with her because she's just going to walk up, get some tags on you with her Foxfire, and back up. And she wants that trade because she's going to get Taste of Blood proc. She's going to go and farm another wave of minions and get 144 health back for free. that in sustain that you just don't have built into your kit.
So do I.
So you're really looking, she's trying to catch somebody out in a 2v2, and she's not very good of a like 5v5 big fight, everyone's using their ults all at the same time. That's not what she's good for. She is much better in a 2v2 where maybe you're fighting right here
Too long to
and
be
she
beautiful like
just shows up and starts using moves,
outrun a fox.
and then she backs out, right? Like that's what she wants. She wants to do like that kind of timed fight. She doesn't want to be spending 30 seconds having this long engaged fight where everyone on both teams has used their ults. That's not what she wants. So you want to set up fights where you can do that. You want to set up fights on Baron, you want to set up fights on dragons, and she wants to be setting up fights on wards, right? Like she wants to set up a fight on just killing your support for free before the fight starts. She's really, really, really good at that. So group up, play together, play smart. Don't let her just get away with the really common thing of
Far I've come.
don't let her get away with
Mortal lives are so
clearing minions and then roaming to bottom. Make sure you're warding here and here so that as she's coming bottom you can know that it's happening. And when she pushes, or when she leaves lane, you want to push for the tower.
living my best
She wants, oftentimes she wants people to follow her. She wants like Oriana to follow her down, because then she's going to be like, okay, Oriana, got you from the bush, and now you're having a really bad time, right? She's just better at that kind of fight. So don't get baited out. Don't take a lot of short trades with her. Take big meaty trades that are advantageous to you. So that would be stand behind your minions. When she shows up, hit her with a stun. When she goes for the trade, hit her with a stun. Don't let her just hit you for free and back out. That's what she wants, and she's doing it through her W. Yes, her E is very scary because if she lands it, oftentimes you die. But that's not how she's winning lane against you. She's winning lane by doing these little short W trades, auto attack trades, and regenning through her passive. So thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please leave a like and comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.